as easy to generate kills. On offense, you see they're trying to speed it up just a little bit, see if they can beat that larger block that Illinois sets.
So Chanel Brown will serve to start this second set. Now, this is one of the things Mary Wise has talked about her team, the fact that when they made that lineup change, Florida realized they could drop an opening set and win a match.
They have been able to come back from that several times and proven that they know how to fight through an entire match and get the victory.
Crowd hasn't been a factor yet. Good job by Illinois containing them. And there's a nice kill from that side by Colleen Ward, a former Gator.
Well, Coach Hambley said the biggest improvement Colleen Ward has made to her game was being able to know when to roll shot, when to tip, and when to swing away. Very smart decision and heady play by the senior.
The setter, Lurson, will serve. Set back to Ward. Pole chases it down. Murphy had that just behind her. Couldn't get a clean swing on it. Barch out of the back row. And the pancake, not so. Unrow did not get it before it hit the court, and it's a point to Illinois.
So we've seen two off-speed shots coming from Illinois. And Florida right now really deep on their heels trying to dig in the back row.
Oh, can you believe that? Wow!
The hustle rewarded from Christy Jekyll, just trying to get it back over. I mean, that was a very close ball to the net, just trying to get a touch on it, barely landing inside there.
So point to Florida. What a way to win a point. Jekyll will serve. Oh, yes. Dorn off the quick set from Lurson.
Lurson and Dorn are really connecting very well. It's bleeding over into the second set right now, but that one tempo right in front of the setter, that's Dorn's favorite shot, and they're feeding her as much as they can.
Illinois leads 3-1 here early. Colleen Ward to serve. That goes out. Point Florida.
And still Illinois was trying to serve Stephanie Farrell there. They're really trying to pick on the outside hitter that has to pass and then go hit and try to get the hitters out of a rhythm by doing that.
Betsy Smith will serve for Florida. McMahon hammers it. Good dig by Jekyll. There's Barch, and Barch gets the kill.
Nice quick speed-up set for Barch. Yesterday, against Ohio State, there's a much higher four balls going out to the outsides. Now, Illinois is focused on lowering those sets, getting them faster out to the outsides and beating Florida's block.
Murphy finds the opening in the Illinois defense and gets the kill.
Great swing this time by Murphy, coming out of the right side. That's where she likes to swing, deep cross court, hitting that corner with her lefty swing.
Murphy with that jump serve. Florida's got some good jump servers. Oh, miscommunication there between Murphy and Jekyll. Usually those two are always on the same page.
Well, yeah, Kelly Murphy is the setter in this position, so she usually gets the second contact. But, you know, Christy Jekyll, neither of them giving up on the play that time. I mean, that was a hustle error as much as it was a communication.
But, you know, it seems like that's happened a lot tonight for Florida. They just seem to be out of sync a little bit.
They're digging a lot of balls, so a lot of this stuff is out of system. Not sure if the setter should be running to get the ball or if the setter needs help getting the second contact.
That goes under the net. Point to Illinois.
I love the way the setter Lurson, number 11, doing such a good job knowing who to set, picking apart this Florida defense, knowing when it's time to go up and swing when she's up, and getting the balls into her middles and outsides, giving them the best opportunity to generate kills.
Hammered by Chloe Mon.
Just like that, Florida gets it back. You see Chloe Mon doing a good job in transition, getting off the net, getting up, calling her set, and the quick middle set tempo goes to Mon.
Pole serving for Florida. Good serve by Holly Pole. She gets the ace to pull Florida within one. Pole waiting on a ball girl to retrieve a loose ball. Perfectly placed by Aaron Johnson.
Both of these Illinois middles doing a good job being up, also in serve receive and in transition. Not seeing a lot of errors out of the middles because they're going up against one-on-one blocks and keeping it away from the Florida block.
Bartz, a little too much on that serve. Gives the side out and point back to Florida. Is there anything that Illinois does, you think, that frustrates Florida? Because Florida, to me, seems to be playing a little frustrated.
Right now, I think what they've done is they've represented their block very well. And now, right now, Florida's hitters are having a hard time seeing past the block, deciding what to do with it.
Well, if Florida can serve like that, it won't be too much of a problem. Ace by Unruh, and we're tied at 7. First tie we've had here in this second set. Florida's been playing from behind. Jekyll, right off the top of Aaron Johnson's head.
Well, that's the tool, swinging very high hands on that swing by Jekyll. The easiest way to get a kill is using the block. That means swinging at it and trying to make it go off their hands and out of bounds because no one on Illinois' side can make a play on that ball.
Unruh trying to set Murphy from the back row. Here's Ward, and yes. Couldn't have walked it over there any better. Perfectly placed by Colleen Ward.
Well, Ward has been taking a little bit of the power off of her shots, but making perfect placement. That time, the deeper roll shot to the deep corner. Usually there's not a defender there. There's one player in middle back having to run the entire line to defend.
5 kills now for Ward. That serve goes over. You have to play it. And another big swing from Christy Jekyll, who's got 6 kills now to lead all Gators.
And this ball, too, goes off the very tip of the block. You could see it there off of EJ's hands. And still, Christy Jekyll swinging high, deep corners, trying to use the block as much as possible.
Florida has the lead, 9-8. Well, in this set, Maria, Florida's serving has really been a factor keeping them in this.
How about the serve and pass game? Yeah, Florida is really picking on the outside hitters. Look, Illinois has pulled number 4, Colleen Ward, out of the passing rotation, so she does not have to pass before she hits anymore.
What do you do with that?
Unruh setting Murphy. Little off speed. Back row, Bartz hits right to Betsy Smith. Betsy Smith, number 14, having a very solid regional final. And a thumbs up from Mary Wise to Taylor Unruh as the Gators have taken a 3-point lead. Well, the Gators have served their way to this 3-point lead as they've had several aces here in the second set.
Oh, this is just zone serving with the jump float serve, and you see Florida really picking on the outside hitter that is passing in that left back position. You saw Colleen Ward take it, Michelle Bartz take it, and that's where the aces are coming from. Zone serving and picking on one passer.
Florida leading 11-8. Illinois leading the match by a set. Another good serve. Illinois had to scramble to return it. And then a powerful kill from that left side by Colleen Ward. Is it an advantage at all for Colleen Ward to have played here at Florida?
She knows what's going to happen, and she spoke about being in games. Well, she knew the fans were going to be out here, so this is no surprise for her. She is used to being here. I think that does kind of play in her advantage.
Jekyll looking for the opening. And a smart shot by Christy Jekyll, who, by the way, is the SEC's Co-Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Hey, the heady play by the senior. You see Michelle Bartz, the middle back position, has to run the entire inline to make a play on that ball. And Christy Jekyll really making her fight for it.
Jekyll serves. Now Larson, good set. And Ward hits off the Florida block to get the point.
Florida really trying to funnel Colleen Ward's swings to that left back position. They want Taylor Unruh, their libero, to have to play defense on it, but right now Ward just has too much power on the ball for anyone to pick it up.
Ward has taken 18 swings so far. Bartz has had 20. Brown with the set to Smith. Oh, Betsy Smith's been a big difference tonight, Maria. We didn't call her name much yesterday.
No, but she has been on fire. Getting up in transition, you see her there running that quick three. They spread it out a little bit, make the blockers have to make a decision on whether or not to go up against her.
The lead is still 3. McMahon, the powerful freshman, gets the kill for Illinois.
Coach Hambly said getting Liz McMahon, number 14, prepared for this time in December was a decision they made at the beginning of the season to train the freshmen so that when they get to this point in the NCAA tournament, the 6'6" body would be prepared to block and swing.
Beltran puts it in play for Illinois. Murphy. Net violation called against Illinois. Point to Florida. I love how you put it in perspective last night. You know, Kelly Murphy with 29 career triple-doubles. You were all conference in the SEC. You had one over 4 years.
Exactly. She is such a special player. I mean, again, with the 6'2" offense for Florida, that means that right now she just entered the back row. Now she will be setting for 3 front row hitters. Florida will always have 3 hitters up. So usually when she gets her triple-double, it's in digs, assists, and kills. Mary
Wise said she was a setter or a hitter, she'd be an All-American at either one of those positions. She does both for Florida. Jekyll. Good up. There's Barch. Mine. And another net violation on Illinois.
Looks like that's 2 back-to-back on Aaron Johnson in the middle. Now, Illinois does swing block. It's a little bit more of a dynamic block, a lot of moving and going over the net. You do see more net violations with that style of blocking.
2 here in this set. Florida up by 3, trying to tie this match heading into intermission. And Barch hammers it right at Unrow. Barch earlier in the week admitted she'd given a few concussions during her career, but she's not a mean young lady.
You couldn't tell just talking to her.
A very mild-mannered, sweet young woman, but on the volleyball court.
Straps on the active ankles, yeah. It's over.
She's ferocious out there. Good serve by Barch. She's really picking on Unrow.
Mary Wise now telling her passers to step up. They know it's going to be a float serve, and it might drop a little bit short, so she wants them to take a step up a little bit more shallow in the passing rotation.
Barch, 7 kills. She had a game match high 18 last night for Illinois. Jekyll finds the opening. Number 6, Christy Jekyll. There's no more passionate player on this court.
Well, she's definitely become the vocal leader in here. It takes a little bit of speed off, going with the roll shot to the well. A lot of defenders crashing in, trying to make a play.
Unrow, good serve. Here's Ward, who's back on the front row. Little miscommunication there. Smith could not quite catch up with the set by Murphy.
Now, that's the first time that we've seen Betsy Smith have a communication error with either setter. She's done such a good job in transition, and the setter's feeling her. But you know what? They would go right back to her because she has been so successful so far in this regional.
That was her first hitting error. Wiggs. Lurson with the set, back over to Ward. Good block. Dumped over by Dorn. Unrow finds it. Was it touched? Yes. It'll be point to Illinois.
Let's see if the touch was on the block or in the back row. Couldn't really see it in that replay, but the up official made the decision. She might have seen something coming off the swing.
Illinois come back. We're tied. Jekyll.
Boy, she is really on fire and feeling it. Might have tweaked her ankle in the first set. It's not bothering her at all. Right now, she is hitting line. Great decisions with the roll shots, and that time hitting through the seam, creating her kill.
A kill away from double digits. She's also got 5 digs. Hitting 429. Florida leading by 1. Jump over by Lurson. Number 6, Jekyll. Murphy. Oh, Feldman got it back in play, but to no avail. Point to Florida.
Hey, that was a good hustle by Illinois, but Kelly Murphy just too strong on that one. I love the way that Illinois is fighting all the way through this. Rachel Feldman hitting the scorer's table, trying to keep that ball in play.
No shortage of hustle on this court tonight. Both these teams recognize the moment. Spot in the national semifinals on the line. Barch out of the back row. Jekyll's going to try it, and it is blocked straight down by Dorn. Well, we told you what a effective blocker she's been. There's an example of that.
Yeah, it was a good close by Anna Dorn. You see she knew it was going out. Swing blocks all the way out to Lurson and finishes inside the court. So much of blocking is about finishing. The middles for Illinois do such a great job with that.
Brown sets behind her to Smith, but the Illinois block is there. That's the advantage Illinois has, that size. So the highest remaining seeded team in the NCAA tournament up a set, but tied with Florida here in the second. We're closing in on the end of the second set. Tied at 18 here in the second set. Tomorrow on ESPNU, don't miss a great women's basketball doubleheader from the Maggie Dixon Classic. It'll feature some of the nation's top teams. At 11 Eastern, Brittany Griner and the #1 ranked Baylor Lady Bears will battle St. John's. Then at 1 Eastern, DePaul will take on Pat Summitt's 8th ranked Lady Vols, the Maggie Dixon Classic. Tomorrow beginning at 11 a.m. on ESPNU. Looking forward to that. Jekyll trying to give Florida the lead. And Betsy Smith does it.
Oh, I love the decision by the setter, Chanel Brown, getting it to Betsy Smith in the middle. She went to both pins, both got blocked. She's like, you know what, let's try Betsy Smith in the middle. And she was ready to run her quick tempo one right in front of the setter.
Florida with the 1-point advantage. First at 25, win by 2, will win this set. From the right side, McMahon. I tell you, when she gets a clean swing, that is a tough ball to retrieve.
Yeah, the key for Liz McMahon is just making sure she hits at the highest contact of the ball to keep her balls in play and away from errors.
Boy, look at how the hitting percentages have improved. Both teams dramatically better after about the first 10 points of this set. They've really settled into a nice rhythm. It's a good matchup. Well, Unruh could not catch up with that point to Illinois. We're tied at 19.
And every time we see Stephanie Farrell stepping back into that passing rotation, Illinois has gone right at her with the serve, challenging her to get the perfect 3 pass.
A 1-point lead by Illinois, 20-19. Murphy, unable to get the kill, but kept in play. There's Barch. Smith with a set back to Murphy. Good block. But the block goes out of bounds. It is point to Florida.
Another tool for Kelly Murphy, using the high hands of that very large block. She was going up against Anna Dorn there, who did a great job closing, and Colleen Ward.
Good swing by McMahon to give Illinois the 1-point lead.
They woke up a sleeping giant. She's ready to take over. Now we've seen them go to her twice back in transition, getting it to the right side, really challenging the outside hitter to block against Illinois.
Beltran will serve. Brown with the set to Farrell. And Farrell gets the kill from an awkward spot.
Well, Florida hasn't really been in systems yet, but you see that ball was set way off the 10-foot line. You really just have to swing and try to make a shot on that. Stephanie Farrell making a smart play.
How important is this set to Florida?
You want to go in the locker room 1-1. You definitely don't ever want to be down 2. It's going to be a key for Florida to put this one away.
Barch trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Colleen Barch, number 6. Hammers it from the left side.
Right through the seam. You see the not completely closed by Chloe Mon. The libero Taylor Unruh tried to step into that seam to be able to dig, but just a fraction of a second too late to get the dig.
Illinois up by 1 late here in the second set. Chloe Mon.
Wow, A lot of success coming for Florida when they're in systems, getting the ball into the middle. They've been doing a good job being up, making aggressive swings. The only hitting error we saw was a complete communication error between the setter and the middle.
The 8th tie of the set. It's 22-all. Good serve. Barch. Oh, what a rally. And again. It's the intelligence of Christy Jekyll ending that rally. What an atmosphere here in Gainesville. We couldn't wait to get here tonight. And coming up at intermission, we're going to talk some basketball. The top 2 teams in the nation in men's basketball losing today, Kentucky and Ohio State, and then a black eye for college basketball. The brawl at the end of that Cincinnati-Xavier game. Unfortunate incident there. And, of course, a big upset in women's volleyball as the #1 seed Texas Longhorns eliminated by UCLA earlier. UCLA right now the only team that will head to San Antonio. Will round out the remaining 3 over the course of the next several hours here on ESPNU.
Some good matchups. Still like that Ohio State. We talked about that yesterday. The Ohio State-Florida State matchup. Can't wait to see that coming on up after this match.
Well, Florida with a slight lead here by 1. And as you put it, really not a must-win set, but sure would be nice.
It does so much for the confidence of your team, the mentality, and really the momentum that you're going to bring out after the intermission. That's exactly how important it is. Not only that, but you keep your fans in the game, too.
Well, I think one thing we learned about Florida last night, they are a momentum team, and they really ride these fans. And this has been the first set that the fans have really been able to get into.
Yeah, they're standing up in their seats, getting excited, trying to get them into this set point.
Cole puts it in play for the Gators. And instead of set point Florida, it's 23-all, a crucial point coming next. The winner of it will have set point.
And it comes down to the serve and pass challenge. That's what we thought that this entire match would come down to, and that's what it is now.
Jekyll, number 6, Christy Jekyll, giving her team set point. We are tied at 1 heading into intermission. What's at stake? A trip to the national semifinals, and Florida has just improved its chances.